Welcome to the Javier Mendez podcast. It's almost the big fights this weekend. Some crazy stuff going on. Alex Pereira versus Ankalaev. Are you going to get a chance to see that one or react with me afterwards and hear me if I see it?
Let's see. I don't know. It's a great fight. It may be worth me staying up really late to watch it, or waking up real early. I don't know. I don't know which one. It's definitely going to be worth staying up for, or going to sleep early and getting up early to watch it. I don't know which one, but it's definitely one I want to see anyways.
What time, when you guys do the fights in Dubai, what time are they like doing them really late at night into the early morning, like so they can be seen in the States? What is it like when Islam fights over there? What time do you guys air?
Well, it depends, if you're talking about, the UFC has been traditionally, we fight somewhere around 11:30 or something like that. Yeah.
At night?
At night. Yeah. The main event, meaning, so it's about what, 11, 12 p.m. at home.
What's the latest any of your guys had to fighting like Australia or somewhere like Dubai or somewhere like that? Abu Dhabi.
I don't remember, but maybe 12 o'clock.
Yeah. That's interesting. I was watching videos the other day. I'll get back to the fight card, but I was watching videos the other day. This one guy, they go to edit the origins of kickboxing and MMA, and you're part of all of it. They all get some Javier Mendez. They might take some of our clips and put them in there. And they're always like giving praise to you and your lineage and how that got into MMA. So yeah, people are out there telling the story, man.
Really?
They probably clip off the podcast. I'm like, some stuff's got like 1 million views. It's just like a whole, like someone made a documentary piecing together a bunch of stuff and doing their research,
Wow.
It's like you're in there for like a minute or 30 seconds, but it's just all part of like the whole story.
It's my 30 seconds of fame. Don't take that from me.
I won't. I'm going to give you another 30 seconds today.
Give me another 30 seconds. Don't take it from me. I get what I can get.
Well, we could start with the card and then talk about all the good stuff going on with Islam and the GFL. Let's see here. So the card's coming up this weekend. Of course, we mentioned the headline, and I guess Ankalaev had to break his fast. I mean, you would, considering cutting and maintaining. You can't. That would be unfair, I guess. To walk in like that, don't you think?
Yeah, but if I'm not mistaken, which I'm not an expert at by any means, and I'm not trying to be an expert in any.
No, we're not. We have a lot of people that fast that watch this.
Yeah. So if I'm not mistaken, there's an opportunity for him to break a couple of meals while he's out of town. If he's out of town, he's allowed a few I guess you want to call cheat meals. So I believe that there is something in it like that. And remember, it's like sundown too. So basically, he doesn't really have to suffer too long. Just maybe 1 day or 2 days. So I don't know exactly what he's doing, but it's only the last week that it affected him. So this is already, Ramadan started. Friday or Saturday? This past Friday, Saturday. So it's. I don't think it's that bad on him. I don't think it's be that bad at all.
Yeah, I mean, I have a question. Do you know this or not? Are they not allowed to drink water until sunrise or sunset?
Yes, no water, no water, no food, no.
Ooh, so that's why the training, and that's why.
This is because the water. I mean, if you can drink water, you can actually just eat one meal a day, a big giant meal, and have enough energy. But it's the water, no consumption of water that's going to be very difficult. That's why they can't train. They only train once a night, and that's about it. Like I'm training Maktoum Hamdan, over here in Sheikh Maktoum, and his energy level went down big time too. He can't do as great on training because of that one reason. They get tired quicker. So yeah, it's a real thing. And I train him after he's already eaten. Can you imagine if I was training him before eating? Oh man, with no drinking, no water. Well, that's tough.
So late night training sessions, I presume, or
mid-evening. Late night. We train around 10 p.m. Yeah.
That's good. I mean, it's like keeps you training and it's fun. You're sharing the wealth.
I enjoy immensely training Sheikh Maktoum. I really I really enjoy training him a lot. He's one of the hardest hitters I've ever had trained in my whole entire life. He's top 5, maybe going on top 3 of the hardest hitters I've ever had. He might very well be, when it's all said and done, he may be number 1, and he's never going to be a fighter. Not funny.
That's interesting, man. How do you gauge that? Like the hand sting or the way your arm goes back? What gives you the tell?
The way my hand rips apart. I mean, this guy's like got power. Like I'm telling you, there's very few people in the world that have this kind of thing. I was actually, Anthony Joshua came to the Majlis where they were at to visit them, and I snuck in there, and I went in and showed Anthony Joshua. I said, look at this, and he's looking, and he's watching him throw the left hook. He's going pretty good, and then he saw Sheikh Maktoum throw the uppercut, and all of a sudden, Anthony Joshua's eyes got big and goes, does this guy want to fight? And I go, no, he's right next to you.
Oh, that's funny.
It was like, because man, guy hit pretty good pop, because I mean, when you look at it, I mean, and look, hey, when you got a great heavyweight champion like Anthony Joshua saying, man, this guy, his eyes.
Where'd you find this guy?
Yeah, this guy want to fight? When he says something like that, he obviously knows this guy's got some skill in the power department, and he does. It's natural. It's not something I worked on. I'm sure I helped, refine it, but he had it before I started working with it. He didn't have any boxing skills whatsoever, but now he is like a Mack truck, man. I mean, unbelievable. And I got to be careful because the second time I worked with him, I knew he hit hard from the first time, and I thought I was ready the second time, but he ripped my shoulder. I had a slight tear in my labrum because of him throwing the left hook, and just kaboom. And I went, I think you jacked my shoulder up. Sure enough, I went in. Yeah.
Was he a pretty big guy, right?
He's about 225 pounds.
Okay, so light, heavyweight in between. Yeah, that's
in between that. But he's fast, and he's just. I mean, he's really fast and really disciplined. I mean, whatever I tell him to do, he does. You say I go, and he does exactly that. He's just like a fighter without being a fighter.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, man. That's a cool story. Nobody has that on their podcast.
No. There's nobody. Like I said, he's at the rate he's going to be the hardest hitter I've ever trained on power. He's on track to do that. Yesterday, he almost ripped my arms off with uppercuts. Unbelievable. Yeah.
Protect your shoulders, Hav.
Yeah, no. I got to be careful. I can't feed him. I got to let it go, because if I feed it, that could be really bad for me, because he is too damn hard.
Well, he's probably enjoying hearing that. That's good. He's like, good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, I get a kick out of it. The harder he hits, I make him hit harder, because for me, I love what he's doing. I love the power he's throwing, but then it also helps me too, because he gets tired quicker.
So it's the competition to wear him out.
Competition,
right?
Yeah. I want to get him tired, so he goes harder. I get him tired. Or I make him shadow box the next round, because by the time he gets to me, he's wasting some of his energy.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to share the screen. We're going to look at the card and go over some of the fights before the main event here. Kind of get your take on them. Let's see if I can get this going here. And also we'll talk more about boxing, because you definitely got Dana White making the big announcement.
The TKO, yeah, that's going to be big. It's going to be big. And then lining up with the right guy tee.
Yeah, the guy that can make every fight happen.
Can make every fight happen. And will make every fight happen.
This is like double, man. And he said no UFC fighters allowed, which is cool, because it keeps it pure, Well,
I mean, because on a boxing level, there isn't one UFC fighter that actually qualifies at that level.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. So, Curtis Blades versus Rizvan Kuniev. Have you ever heard of him before, Rizvan?
No, but I mean, with Curtis Blades, if Rizvan can stop the wrestling, and he's a good striker, hey, we got something. But Curtis Blades is actually, in all honesty, he's kind of become pretty well-rounded, and he's had some mishaps, but for the most part, he's pretty well-rounded now these days. So I don't know anything about Rizvan, so really can't comment.
And then let's see what we get. This is going to be really interesting. Bobby Green versus Mauricio Rufy. I've watching Rufy move. I'm like, man, this guy moves. He's so athletic. This ought to be interesting, man.
Yeah, Mauricio he's a tough customer, man. Bobby Green's got his hands full. Yeah, this is going to be a fun fight to watch, a very fun fight. So, I'm interested to see how that one's going to go. It's a fun fight. Mauricio might be his coming out debut time, not debut, but it's going to be his coming out party type thing where he's going to become legit lightweight, contender type with this fight if he comes out the victor.
And of course, Bobby Green's got that touch, so if he just can land it, so anything could happen right there.
Bobby Green is, what can you say? He's fought everybody, and you name it, he's fought them, and he's lost, he's won. I mean, but he's still game. The guy can still fight, so you can never count him out. Never.
He's not like on a 7-fight losing streak or anything like that.
No, he's not. The guy can fight.
Yeah.
He can fight. As long as he still wants to fight, he's able to, and obviously. He's still in the UFC, so obviously he's still good enough to fight.
Then Amanda Lemos versus Yasmin Lucindo.
Yeah. Just Lemos. I'm not familiar with Yasmin.
Me either. And not to. I guess there's one card or one fight I didn't catch or something.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep up with everybody. We're doing our best.
There's so many people out there. Like Jalen Turner. I mean, he's good. But Ignacio.
Mendez.
I hate to say it, I don't know who he is.
He's a beast. He's a real challenge. This is like one of the main
Is this the guy? Is this
fight of the night type?
Is this the guy that who is he? Ignacio? Remind me. Maybe I saw him. But did he fight in the spear?
Ignacio. His last fight was Manuel Torres. Yeah, Noche. Yep, on the O'Malley card. He get a TKO over Manuel Torres.
Yeah, he beat Manuel Torres, right? Yeah.
And then he beat Thiagos by knockout too. So 2 knockouts in a row.
He's built Bilal Muhammad. He's built Bilal Muhammad's team.
He's a beast. So this is expected to be a real guys climbing up the ranks type fight. That's what. This is.
He beat the other guy. I saw that fight. He's got some good power. Some good power.
And this one, I mean, he's lucky, for Gaethje. Fiziev is stepping in now because his opponent, Dan Hooker, had some illness or something happen to him and he pulled out. I mean, not last minute. So that's enough time to replace somebody.
This is a fight, brother. This is a fight.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if it would have been Hooker. It's still a fight. Fiziev, now come on. It's. Honestly speaking, it's still the same kind of fight. Two great guys that are going to go toe to toe. They're really not going to do much wrestling. Right. Gage is not going to do it. So Fiziev, what is he going to do? Try to take him down? It's not going to work too well for him, So they're going to swing. They're going to go Muay Thai, boxing. You name it. They're going. This is a knock them out, throw them out, whatever you want to say type of brawl. This is a brawl. It's a tough fight that when the winners of this fight is the fans. The fans are going to win in this one.
Well, Justin's he wants to use this to get to Islam, but a lot of people are trying to get to Islam, which we'll get to. A lot of people are trying to get to Islam. Any favors in this fight? Who do you think it leans towards? I think they fought before.
Justin.
Yeah, he did. See?
He did. He fought him. I'd say Justin.
He beat him before.
Yeah.
3-round fight. So this one right here, this fight, I wonder how many rounds this is. It doesn't say, but it could be a 5-rounder, but it's co-main, so it's probably 3. Now here's the real banger here. So you kind of straighten out the what's going on with the fasting. And Alex Pereira, he's been really training in the grappling. You could see it in some of the stuff he's been doing. So
yeah, this guy, wherever he's at, he's always training, he's always learning, he's always improving, he's continuously evolving. Alex Pereira is continuously evolving, no matter where he's at and what he's doing. He's always sparring with somebody. He's never taking time off. So, don't sleep on him on his grappling for darn sure. Do not sleep on his grappling. Now, obviously, he's not going to be able to match Ankalaev's grappling. If it does go to the ground, it's going to be one of those, can he get back up, sooner than later? I don't know. Well, we have to see that. But Ankalaev looked to take him down, which I think he should. I think his primary focus should be to take him down, because at the end of the day, the longer you stand with Alex, the worse it can get for you, because Alex is so experienced in the stand-up, so much experience. I would always go with what your strength is, and Ankalaev's strength over Alex is the ground. So take him down. Look what he did with when he fought Blachowicz, right? He took him down, but he took him down with a bad injured leg, because Blachowicz was kicking the hell out of his calves, and then all of a sudden he took him down, and he kept taking him down. So if Ankalaev starts off from the beginning with the takedowns, I think he's going to do fantastic. But will he? I don't know. Maybe he'll want to stand with him, because he can stand with him, but I just don't think it favors him in that department. But doesn't mean he can't. But I think he might.